There's an update to how you get critical information. Anyone who does not speak English is going to get those weather alerts translated once again.
Yeah, the National Weather Service actually stopped translating those earlier this month, but many likely didn't notice because we haven't had any, severe weather or storms we needed to worry about. Wake News reporter Summer Sinney is live at the Lee County Emergency Management Building for us this morning.
And Summer, going back to translating these really isn't going to be more work for anyone.
Lindsay, that's right, because the translations and the alerts all come from artificial intelligence. So the National Weather Service partnered with Lilt. That's an AI company, and they had that partnership starting the end of 2023. That partnership started because the National Weather Service said that manual translations just weren't sustainable. But the contract between the two companies was paused and lapsed, which then paused the translations that they were having. And without these translations of weather alerts for non-English speakers, they could miss or ignore life-saving warnings for weather events like tornadoes, hurricanes, or tsunamis. The translations were provided in Spanish, Chinese, Vietnamese, French, and Samoan, and those languages are necessary because 2019 census data shows nearly 68 million people in the U.S. speak a language other than English at home. Now, the contract has been reinstated between the National Weather Service and Lilt, which is a good thing because now those translated weather alerts are going to start rolling out again by the end of the day today. Live in Lee County, Summer Sinney, Wink News.
All right, Summer, thank you. And Weather Authority meteorologist Juliana Mejia joins us at the desk. Back when we had Noticias on our programming, you were the Spanish meteorologist and you were having to translate a lot of stuff. How is this so important and impactful for our community?
You said it right there. Unfortunately, we no longer have Noticias programming, and here in Southwest Florida, that means there is no Spanish news available to locals. And just like English speakers, people seek local information and digestible information, and so they're looking for someone to make sense of hurricane warnings and information and tornado warning information. And in my personal experience, I've now had to kind of turn to social media to get that information out there in some shape, way, or form. Now, two problems with that. One, there's only so many people that I can reach alone, and two, they're getting delayed information. So you're not getting the immediate, when we're live on air, what's happening in the moment when those seconds matter. And unfortunately on Instagram, on Facebook, you're getting that minutes, if not even hours later, or in advance, etc. So really, in my personal experience, now I've had people messaging me, commenting on my social posts, Spanish speakers seeking information or asking for clarification, because something that's important to remember that I talk about a lot when I have the opportunity to is that these people come from different countries, different backgrounds, that they might not be familiar with hurricanes or tornadoes or what the threats come with those things.
Right. I remember after Ian having to reevaluate like storm surge, and how do you relay that kind of information to somebody? There is a hiccup. While there's this translation service coming back, what's the problem with some of this?
So this problem that I'm kind of seeing is that out of 122 offices that are under the umbrella of the Weather Service, only 29 of them are getting these automated translations. Now, of course, anything is better than nothing. It's a great program, but here in Southwest Florida, we feel that locally because we are split up between NWS Miami and NWS Tampa. So here at the Weather Authority, covering things like tornadoes and during Hurricane Milton, we are getting simultaneous warnings from two different offices. So what you see here is that translation product website from the Weather Service, and in green is the jurisdiction of NWS Miami. Now, in the case of things like a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning, if we get that from NWS Tampa for places like Charlotte County, Lee County, we are not going to see that information come out both in English and Spanish with those automated push alerts that you get kind of buzzed to your phone.
Interesting. Well, let's hope one day, more offices will get this technology, so everybody, even if you speak Spanish, you will get the latest information.
Exactly.
Juliana, thank you.
Of course.